Hello and welcome to Matt's Rocks. Today I'm going to do this other piece of, I want to make a big cab out of this one instead of cutting it down for smaller ones like I did the other part of it. I still got 5 pieces that I've made into slabs, and I've cut 6 pieces that I'd already made into slabs. And then I've got 3 other pieces that I decided I was going to make into cabs. I may just tumble this one, grind it down a little bit to where it's in a good shape, and then just tumble it. Gets a little small. This one's a little thick, but I can work on it later. And this one here I'm going to try to make a roundish on both sides rather than just flat on the back like the other ones that I'm doing. And we'll go from there. I'll go ahead and get started. Let me get you turned in on the zoomed in on the machine here where you can see what I'm doing, and we'll go from there. Okay, here we go. Guess I better have my other towel. Start apron every time I sit down. The apron wants to slide to one side or the other and uncover one of my legs. Can't have that. I'm going to go ahead and use the 80 grit to shape this for right now, just because it'll be quicker. I don't think there are any scratches in it. And this is Mahogany Obsidian, by the way. I didn't show you that part of it. Got an awful lot of brown in it, but that's the way it works. You get what you get. This is a lot softer than agate, so I should be able to get this shaped out pretty quick on this 80 grit, and then go back to the 220 in order to keep from getting too deep of scratches in it and having to take too much off at a time. Got enough of it out for now. I need to get the ends thinner down here on this end so that I can run it back and forth like this without getting to the edge of the wheel and putting a trench in there across my face. So I can pull it slightly off on one side or the other depending on which side of the stone I'm working on to keep it off of there. But when I do it like this, that helps to get it rounded, but it leaves waves in it, as you can see. Maybe. Oh, that fracture goes pretty deep. Wow. It goes deeper than I thought it did. That might take a little work. I got to lose so much on that side, I don't want to start rounding this side yet until I figured out how much I got on this side left over as far as for the top half of the stone. And I think that's kind of the better pattern out of the two. Well, this might not be too bad, but still, I need to get that crack out of there. I mean, even if I have to thin the stone down, right there's the fracture. And if I need to lose this much of the stone, it's not going to be that big of a deal. But it doesn't go all the way through, I can see that, it's just deep. Once I figure out the angle on this side, I'll be able to match it with the angle on this side. Oh, looks like I've almost got it out of there. Yep, maybe not. It still goes all the way down, it's just not as wide now. It's chipping out. Maybe I should be running it this way. Instead of coming across the cut where it'll chip out. So lengthwise, maybe it won't chip out as much. Oh yeah, that took quite a bit of it out of there. Still there. Has no width to it now, but I still haven't really cut all that much off of that stone on that edge. It's not evenly anyway. Don't want a real thin point on this either. I need to make it pointy enough that I can drill a hole in it, maybe, to put a bale through. If I can't find my fracture again, see which side it's on. There it is. It's still Still enough of it there. I need to get it off. A couple of bubbles over there, but I don't see any more of that fracture. I must be almost out of it. I guess there might be some bubbles around the black obsidian, between the black obsidian and the brown. I don't know what causes that, but I guess since how it's lava, basically, that it would have bubbles in it with the heat that it's got. But I like the way the obsidian, the brown obsidian, the mahogany obsidian, looks like it's got grain in it. Wood grain. That's why, I guess that's why they call it mahogany obsidian. Mahogany is the wood. I do want the bottom of the stone to be a little heavier than the top. That was the reason for the taper up to the top, besides putting, maybe drilling the hole in the top or either up here at the top or through this way, where it can hang a veil off of it. Fracture's still there. Let's let this thing dry all the way and see what happens. Maybe I can find the other side of that fracture if it keeps going, because it's pretty deep. It just didn't seem like I should have had it off there by now. It didn't look like it was that deep to begin with. Hey, put some water back on. Said I was going to let it dry, didn't I, dummy? Yeah, it doesn't come out anywhere. It's got to end sometime. Although with the way this, that may just be a mark from the grinder. Let's do this. It almost looks like it's extended farther down than where it was supposed to be, or where it was already. Nope, that was my imagination. It's a grinding line. Now it's definitely getting shorter. running at the side on one side and one end is making it where it's not smooth across like this, or even across like that, but it is. I'm getting it back where it should be. Looks a little better, but I think what I'll do is leave that one alone for now. Go ahead and start rounding this other side, because I may be making it worse with that 80 grit, and it might be less collateral damage if I use the 220 grit. So we'll go ahead and round this side. Probably should have done this earlier too, because now if that crack does go much deeper, or that fracture does go much deeper, I'll be able to, and if I find the back end of it, then I'll know early enough to grind that whole side off rather than try to mess with it, that crack anymore. It's just taking forever to get it out of there. Dry. I can't see whether it's actually starting to round or not. Okay, let's go with 220 grit. See if I can't get the rest of that fracture out. I think I've got it close enough to the shape I want it to be. And I think that looks pretty good. There's that little fracture. Hopefully you can see it there. It's right there above my finger. Hopefully that's focusing. It's a lot smaller than it was. still see the scratch. There, the crack. Looks like a scratch right there on that side. This side. I get the finger in there. Over on this side right in there. I could probably polish that out. Got some deeper scratches to get out from the 80 grit on this back face, or on the back of the stone. What I'm going to use is the back of the stone anyway, maybe. Depends on whether I can get this crack looking right, or get it the rest of the way out, I should say. Was just dust. Scratch there, and I know it's a scratch. Other than a fracture, because it's so short and it wasn't there before. Well, it was. Not way before. I've been working on it for a little bit now. Okay, let's dry this off completely. I think I'm ready to go with the 600 grit. Edge lightly, and a few little ledges. Go around this edge lightly. I got a few little ledges. Sorry, I wasn't speaking up. I know there's probably more sound out there than there is in my ears because I've got radio playing. Well, not the radio, but the iPod. And I had a few little flat spots on this outside edge. And they're gone. Uh-oh. Now I got a chip. One thing bad about the Obsidian, it's fairly soft. It does look good. I like the looks of it. It almost looks like petrified wood, but I know it's not. Because I bought it at a rock shop in New Mexico. Chip's still there. On that chip, you should be able to see it shining. Out there above my fingernail. Guess I was going at it too light. I couldn't tell how deep it was. Help if I got all my fingers dry before I started doing that. Every time I move it, I get another wet spot on it from my fingers. Okay, let's go to the next wheel. Hopefully I'll be getting a little bit of a shine on it right now. Not a big shine, but it's feeling a whole lot smoother. Piece of quartz I was talking about, it's almost working its way out. Got to go around that edge, around in that last little bit. When you're tipping it on that stone running the face, you can't really tell how close you're getting to the edge, because it's on the opposite side of the stone. So that dude it. Okay, next wheel. I gotta reset the camera though. That won't take but a second. go. Well, we got one little bitty small tiny bug left of that scratch, or that crack, or fracture. I think once I get it worked out of there, I should be alright. Let's start with the edges. Okay, let's not leave that all the way up like that. Section of that darn fracture left in there that's got a twinkle coming out of the bottom of it where the obsidian's flat. So now at least I know I'm at the bottom of it, a little bit less than at the bottom of it. Let me go back over here. Oh no, I can still see more. That's, oh, that was a little fracture off of the fracture. That's where the chip was at. So that looks like a chip now. I think if I go back and mess with that, it's going to come off. I've got to leave it alone. The stone is getting a little bit more shiny, but probably won't get real shiny until I get to the 1200, or start getting super shinier until I get to the 1200 grit. I do have some spots that look like they're softer. Either that or I just haven't got to the bottom of the gouges from the other machine, or the other wheel, the 600 grit. I shouldn't call them gouges, just because running it this way, there's only, with all that hump there, you're only getting a real fine line where that pad's actually touching the ground, or touching the stone, and when you're running it up and down like this, you may skip a little too far and cause it to skip across the stone and not polish all the way across in an even manner. That's got it. Now let's see what this other one looks like. that whole thing. It's got a lot more scratches than the 600 than I thought. Of course, I haven't worked it as much as the other side yet. Let's get a cursory over top of it thing. Both directions on there. I don't want it to look wavy. Which is what it was looking like. Okay, so let's not run the wheel that way. Put more scratches in it. I think we've got obsidian. I think the black obsidian where it's in the brown. And it's thinner seams of black than the brown. It seems like the black's wanting to chip out a little. Can't tell which is the softer yet. And it doesn't seem to be making any kind of a specific pattern on which is softer than the other. And some of what it looks like scratches to me may just be black inclusions of the black part of the obsidian. Real thin lines of black will just make it look like a scratch or a dull spot. Okay, so now I know what's going on. Those are all from this wheel, not this wheel. So I can move on to this wheel. Yeah, I don't think the pads behind these bands on these wheels, the foam rubber pad, I don't think it's as soft as it is on the Nova wheels. Of course, the Nova wheels, the rubber that the grit's in is like that thick, and it's kind of soft too, so that probably helps keep it from. Because when you push up against it, it'll form around the stone like this and make it where it doesn't leave a flat spot, which is basically what's causing those little shadows. Or dull spots, I should say. Makes it look like I'm just touching the stone with a Nova point or something. Or the edge of a angle grinder wheel or something. The way those patterns run, the way the inclusions run that cause it to be brown obsidian rather than black, maybe what's making it look like dull spots. Yeah, that just dulled up the whole thing. Oh, I haven't run this one this way yet on this side. Never mind. I've only been working on the fat side or the face. And it may be that I'm putting too much pressure on it, trying to overcome the vibration from this pad, or from this wheel. Because this one you can always tell it's louder than the other two on either side of it. It's like it's got humps inside underneath the plastic, or underneath the band. That's what it feels like. Or the band's coming loose from the wheel or something. Go to the next wheel, see if I can get it out with that. See how much quieter this one is than the last one? And I'm putting the same amount of pressure. Obsidian's not as hard as Ragged either, so it's cutting it pretty good. And even if it is a 2,000, this is a 3,000, the other one was 1,200. One before that was 6, so still has grit on it. I will have to take this to the aluminum oxide afterwards on the flat lap. camera shut off on me for some reason. But I don't know how much of that you got. I'll have to look at it when I look at the footage. There's the back side. You can see the scratches in there, I think. And this Obsidian doesn't allow any light through. All that brown and black doesn't allow any light through it. And here's the front side. You can see that white bug I was talking about on there. Let's see if I can get it tilted where you can see the shine. And I'll have to figure out what I want to do. I could wrap it too with something, or if I get into wrapping rather than silver work, but I think the actual silver smithing would work better for me because my hands are still so unsteady. But there's you can still see the crack right there above my finger, runs up through there, and that white bug that's up right there. There's the crack that goes up on this side, sorry. Goes up on this side. I think I did point that out right. And then there's another little white bug down here towards the bottom too. But it's not very big. Oh, I had my finger over top of it. It's a little bitty one. Well, they're not bugs either, they're inclusions. There's a little chip right there, but... Well, that's the video. Sorry about my microphone died on me. And I couldn't overcome the volume of the machines. I didn't overcome the volume of the machines, I should say, with my voice. Because I didn't know the microphone shut off because it was hanging on my apron. And I couldn't see the light was out, evidently. That's what it was. But anyway, here's the rock, here's the stone, snowflake obsidian. Here's the fracture. Let me get over here where I can see it. Should have changed my glasses again. I may have to touch this up some more. It looks like I've still got flat spots in it, but I think it's the there's the fracture. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it runs right down beside the on the opposite side of my finger from that white inclusion there. I think you might be able to see it. Let's see if I can turn it into the light right. I'll have to look when I edit this part. See if you can see it. But that white inclusion, I do believe, is either common opal or something really, really, really soft. Because it's kind of pitted. And then here's the back, which might end up being the front. I don't know. It depends on who gets it or how it's put together. But anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. And have a good day.